Found out that Robbie wasn't the wolf, and there was two other players left, Saka and Harry Kane. But Harry was the wolf and Bukayo wasn't, so Bukayo's pleading his innocence to Robbie Williams. Harry Kane is pleading his innocence to Robbie Williams. We're all on centre looks like this. Oh my God, who's he going to be? And in the end, he picked Harry and he got it right, so everyone was celebrating it. Honestly.
I want to talk a little bit about your time with England and how much you enjoyed that. It seems like, just from watching on from the outside, I mean, we'd have no idea. I mean, Jill has a good idea, but I have no idea watching on.
She has a better idea than most.
No,
yeah, exactly. But it seems like you thrive in camp life, that you are just the life and soul. Is that accurate?
I don't know if it's accurate. What I will say is I love it. I love every minute of it. I hear stories kind of from the past and I can't get my head around it. If I'm being honest, of people saying like how tough it used to be when, obviously, players from back in the day a little bit who say how tough it used to be to go with England. I look at it now and I'm just like, I can't understand how that would be the case. I don't know what it was like kind of back then, but kind of what it's like now is just unbelievable. Because we were speaking before about the culture that's kind of built at St George and what Gareth's done there, and I just love it. I just love going there. Like, I hate being in my room. That's kind of something that I hate. I'd rather go in my room at 10 o'clock at night, sleep, get up at 8 and get back out my room. That's all I want to be in my room for, just sleeping.
That's exactly the same as me. I never turn the TV on the whole time.
No.
Never turn the TV on.
And then when I get in my room, I throw my iPad on my bed and never use it.
Yeah.
Like, I throw it on my bed as if I'm going to watch something or I'm going to get up to like do a little bit of work or whatever it may be. But I never seem to use it because I just want to be out my room. So I love it there. I think it's just unbelievable.
It's difficult to think they enjoyed it before the Euros when you think of like the basketball court, Ed Sheeran coming to perform.
Honestly, Ed Sheeran was one of the best nights, and we had Robbie Williams in Qatar as well.
No, Robbie Williams.
Robbie Williams coming to Qatar as well. Is that a thing? I might have just give something away there.
It's
to be honest.
Right. Keep so coming, mate. I
don't know if people know that.
I thought you said Robbie Williams with a guitar. I was
no, in Qatar. No,
in Qatar.
So in Qatar we had like, so they done like different nights, like food nights and different things. We were having a barbecue one night and they had like a pool in the middle, and then the mic was set up, so we're thinking someone's coming in here. So we obviously had Ed Sheeran at the Euros, so we're thinking someone big, and next minute Robbie Williams comes through the door and it was just unbelievable. So we sang a few songs. He sang Football's Coming Home and all that sort of stuff, but like a few of his songs and different things. I was just, honestly, it was unbelievable.
Angels in there.
And
he sang I had a picture of that. At the end of the night, I'm loving it.
But then, later on in the night,
have
you seen anything of us playing Werewolf when we was in? Do you know the card? Have you heard of the card game?
Yeah, I've
Werewolf?
heard of the card game. Yeah.
So there's a card game called Werewolf.
I've never heard of it. So what?
So this was something that I've always tried to do when we were at Wolves, and then when I went to Everton. So it's basically all the team can play, like 18, 19 of you, whatever it may be. And so I stand up in the middle, I tell a story, and you've got to hand out cards. So basically I narrate it and I say, right, everybody go to sleep. There's 3 werewolves, and basically the aim of the game is for everybody to find who the werewolves are. Yeah. But the werewolves have to lie. Right, it's a great, just to getting people involved.
Oh, this is amazing.
It's brilliant, right? So we went with England, so we went to Qatar, and I took my cards, so I was like, listen, anyone fancy games? So we ended up getting a big group, like loads of us were playing every night in Qatar. It was brilliant, like the arguments we had, people lying, it was just unbelievable, right? So Robbie Williams came this one night and we mentioned werewolves, so he must have read something that one of the lads said, we play werewolves tonight. So we said, you're playing werewolves tonight? So we were all like, do you play? Yeah. And he went, yeah, play at Christmas with the family. So we were like, fancy a game? So we were like, yeah. Literally, this is no way of a lie. We're sat round the pool. This is no way of a lie. I've got a video on my phone. It's unbelievable. We sat round the pool and we had about 22 players playing and Robbie Williams. Everybody was watching, all the staff.
Wow.
Honestly,
sorry.
I'll show you the video in a minute.
I know it's a podcast.
I'll show you the video in a minute. And then basically, the way it works, it was the perfect way. So we found out that Robbie, I'd have to explain the game to you probably, but we found out that Robbie wasn't the wolf. And there was two other players left, Saka and Harry Kane. But Harry was the wolf and Bukayo wasn't, so Bukayo's pleading his innocence to Robbie Williams. Harry Kane is pleading his innocence to Robbie Williams. We're all on centre looks like this. Oh my God, who's he going to be? And in the end, he picked Harry and he got it right, so everyone was celebrating it. Honestly, like the memories that kind of come from it are just unbelievable.
That's amazing. Who does Robbie Williams support? Football team?
No, so he owns Port Vale, doesn't he?
Oh,
so
right,
I think he's got an ownership in Port Vale, so he's from Stoke area, so
right,
he's a Port Vale fan.
This is probably going to cause a bit of a rift here, but who are the best liars? Who are the people that when they're doing
Harry Kane was incredible. So
Was
Harry
he?
Kane used to say, he used to come out with this phrase every night, right? You've got the trust that. So he's done it up until this night with Robbie Williams, right? He used to always say to us, honestly, the trust of the camp. Honestly, lads, and because it's Harry Kane, all the lads are going, Let's tell the truth.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, yeah.
That's a bit deep, isn't it?
Captain of England, this is
Captain,
serious.
I wouldn't
but
lie
his
to
face
you.
was proper, and then he said it the same. So obviously he's lying at this point. The night we played with Robbie Williams, and Robbie picked him, and it was just, mate, honestly, it just went off at the end. It was incredible. So that night we had playing Wales was absolutely unbelievable. Yeah.
But them are the moments you remember, like obviously there's the games and everything, but people don't realise the amount of time you have together as a group. Like when I think back to the Euros, obviously, yeah, you think of the games and you won in front of these great crowds, but I think about us sitting, going to the little coffee van, getting a coffee, going on there was like a little electric boat and going up and down.
How good are them moments? Do you know what I mean? Them moments, they're so good. You know, just the feeling of kind of being together. Yeah. And even like the ones in Qatar, so they tried to keep us on like English time, so the lads were getting up, so lads love to sleep, right? Yeah. And they used to go, the staff used to go mad at me because I'd get up at like 8 o'clock in the morning, have me brekkie on my own, because lads were only getting up at like 1 in the afternoon because we were training in the afternoon trying to keep it on English time and then going to bed dead late. Yeah. But because I was just getting up, like lads would just go, but you're spending time then sat in the sun having a bit of brekkie. Do you know what I mean? And lads would just,
I love the sun.
It was just unbelievable.
Love the sun.
This is like for football fans, that sounds like a dream. As a dream, like every day getting up, being surrounded by a group of great people, and you're just playing football and having fun like that.
But if you're happier off the pitch, then you're looking forward to training. You're like, training's better, isn't it? It's 100%. Just a faster
I like spending time together. I think that's, do you know what I mean? Like it can be easy that you're in each other's pockets too much in them sorts of environments. You'll know the same from the Euros and the tournament you've been to. You're in each other's pockets, and it's like sometimes it can get to a point where. But it never got like that with England. With us, it never ever got like that. Like the feeling of just like lads would spend time together, like I said, have a coffee together, play cards together, whatever it may be. Everyone would be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So
I do wonder sometimes whether we realise from the outside just how good we've got it right now in terms of having both teams just so unified. Everyone together, everyone loving going to, because you said it wasn't always like that. Yeah. Like there's so many stories out there of people sort of saying like, oh, it was.
Well, we've all been part of teams where the environment isn't as good, and you see what an effect that has on performance. Like people think, well, it can't be that as soon as you step over the white line, but it does. It does have an effect on it. So I remember in the Euros going in the physio room, and I was like, I have definitely must have been training, pulled my groin or something, and I had this big bruise, and I thought I was going to have to miss one of the training sessions. And I remembered the day before we were on the electric boat, and as I went to step off, Ella Toon just shoots off, so I've got one leg on the verge, and I think I actually pulled my groin. And I was like, I can't admit to this story because obviously you allowed your free time, but you got to be sensible as well as being
in your free time,
exactly one of the experienced players. So
but I think the proof's in the pudding though, with kind of how successful the girls have been, and kind of no matter what you say about the men's team, there's been a huge improvement. So there was the Euros final, and then obviously we were so close against France, it could have gone a different way in the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? So I think the proof's in the pudding with the feeling between everybody, with how successful the girls are being and where the men's team are getting to.
100%.